movies from Africa now in Guyana, and he's known as the African movie. Right. So I got to ask if your parents were Pan Africanists.
I grew up in Birmingham. I've been in Britain well in excess of 50 years.
Yeah.
And Daddy had many Nigerian friends in particular, because at the time they were the larger group who came here, who were students. And so we would regularly visit them and, you know, eat your fufu and your all sorts. And they would teach Daddy certain things. And I was quite intrigued. One of the times when I came back from Nigeria, and I went to Jamaica shortly after that. And as my son and I were driving, my daughter and I, my son and I went to Nigeria, and my daughter and I went to Jamaica just after. And as we were driving from Montego Bay to Clarendon, in fact, we were going to Westmoreland first, then to Clarendon, I looked out and I thought, wait, there's an African place name. Look, we saw that in Nigeria. And I started bouncing up and down, because there are still place names in Jamaica.
Yes, they are.
That
But I think it starts within the home, and I think here now people are embracing some natural hair and all of that much more than back then.
Yeah.
But I think once you grew up, or people who were educated in England, like my parents, and went back home, they came home with a sense of Africanism, and they instilled that within the home. So like my sister is called Ayodele, and when she went to Nigeria, she's speaking with my accent, and what's your name? Ayo, they're like, you're trying to be Jamo. You know, and I would tell her she's trying to be Caribbean. But we all have African names. I'm Tandewe. My brother's Jolito. You know, my other sister's Andaye and Damalai. So we all have African. And you do grow up with that different sense. So, Keili, thanks so much for sharing a lot about that today.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you. Well done. Keep up the good work.
Brilliant.
Keep up the good work.
Keili, you've actually ignited the Back to Africa movement again.
I hope so. That's what I want. That's what I want people to do. I just want people to, I feel like every single time I step my foot onto that soil, I was just blessed in so many ways. It strengthened me as a person. It strengthened my identity. It inspired me in so many ways. And I just feel like every Black person should be able to have that
experience.
Yeah.
Echo, echo, echo.
Delta.
Well done, well done. Fist bump, everything else, yes, yes. Irie, Wagwan, whatever. Yeah. Right. I must go because I've got something else to do. So
before you go, lyricist,
God bless. Hey?
Nice to meet you.
Yes,
I never knew that you were, you know, steeped in the Ghanaian culture, man. You kept that quiet.
Oh, there's a whole heap of things you don't know about me yet, Uncle Bill.
All right, all right.
Take time and just let one little thing go, and you know.
Okay, okay.
You remember, I am the chameleon, you know.
Run the thing, run the thing.
Yeah, you know what I mean, so.
Go, Marcia.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Okay, bye everyone.
Bye, Janati.
Okay, bye. God bless.
God bless you.
Marcia, you're on mute.
Bye, everyone.
Marcia, you're muted.
Bye.
You're muted, Marcia.
Could hear it just.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, this is a question to Keili and Leonie and anyone else who has actually been to Ghana, because as I said earlier on in the chat, we were due to go out in August, and we were sending 28 barrels, and the plan was to visit 3 villages and to do some work in the schools and with the villagers, and just to help and support whilst we were out there. But COVID came and everything had been put on hold. And one of the reasons why I was going with the group was because so often you hear charities are doing so much for different countries within Africa, and the villagers, those who need it, don't always get all the collections and so on. And when the group approached me, I goes, yeah, I will come, because I want to make sure that the people that we're sending it to gets it.
Mm-hmm.
But my question is, for those of you both mentioned that you've got charities and you support different different areas within the continent there. How would one be able to know if they're supporting a charity? I'm probably not saying this right, but I suppose my question is, how do you choose the right charity to ensure that the people get it? Or do you know of them so that people who can't afford to actually go out there themselves and to actually hand deliver it to the villagers, how else can you ensure that the villagers that need it is getting the support?
Very good point.
Yeah, it is. I definitely have to research the charity organisation, and I suppose when it's in a different country, it's very difficult, and that's why I try to video blog everything that I do, so people actually see where their stuff, or where their, whether it be money or whether it be clothing, they actually see where it's gone. So I always like trying to do lives out there, or do videos of handing out the stuff. The only thing is that's very difficult for me personally is there's so much work that I've done in the past few years, and I don't like to post it just because I don't like to feed into that deprived African media stereotype. There's lots of amazing things over there. There's massive houses. There's rich people over there. It's not poor. So then it's very difficult for people like me that do want to help in those more poverty-driven areas, but then without trying to put that everywhere on social media for people to see, because I feel like it's a form of
perpetuating the stereotype.
Yeah, and it's a form of exploitation as well. But at the same time, you do have to feed just a bit of it to be able to get the help that what it is that you're looking for. So it's a very difficult. It's a very difficult thing.
Sorry,
but it is very it is difficult. That's why another reason why I set up my own, just because at least I'm there when it gets handed out. And being able, and when you're out there as well. So for example, if I do send stuff out there, it's being able to build a team that you trust. And they also be them also sending over like lots of video footage of where the stuff's going, and the how much things cost, and the breakdown of everything is. It's not easy, but it can be done.
Yeah, thanks for that.
I suppose really, Keili, you would be like Marcia was saying, she'd like to get stuff out there. If we don't have someone like you on the ground, then it's left to blind faith.
Sometimes too, what we do, we've been working through the Church of God of Prophecy. The late Bishop McCullough, who lived in Wolverhampton, he's got a phenomenal programs out there. He's left, and we do have contacts on the ground who receive things. Plus, people from here go over regularly to see the progress of things, because we have all sorts of charities. We've been doing it a very, very long time. So we've got lots of reliable, trustworthy contact, both in, well, generally across West Africa. And in East Africa, individuals support ministers that, for instance, I've known over 40 years. So you send money to trusted individuals.
I think the thing is as well, like, if we be honest, all the charity organizations, the big ones, and the amount of money people have donated, if they actually distributed the money how they were supposed to, half of the problems wouldn't even exist in the first place.
Absolutely.
And then it's really hard to trust when you know that kind of information, other people with money, because you don't want to be feed, because some people are greedy and do get greedy, and try and not benefit off others.
It's the same with every charity though, isn't it, in any country? human nature often takes over, and greed gets the better of them.
Yeah.
But it is if you know a reliable or a bona fide church organization.
I'll probably try and also ask, like if you're speaking to a charity organization, maybe ask what else they do other than run a charity, because then you would know what their income is. Is their income off the charity?
Yeah.
Or do they have things aside of? I'm not saying that a person shouldn't be able to, for example, if they wanted to distribute all the things and travel expenses, not ridiculous travel expenses, but like traveling across to get to the place, travel expenses, small things like that. But living a lavish lifestyle, cars and stuff like that, I'd definitely be looking into, okay, what else, just out of curiosity, what else is any other businesses, like, do you have a job? Like, I'll be asking questions, because then that's how you'll be able to think in your head, okay, at least that money of mine is more than
going to,
likely going there, because he does other things they do other things to be able to support their own lifestyle.
Yeah. No, thanks for that, ladies, because it's just knowing, and you know, when the trip resurrects for next year, we're still going to send the barrels, because a lot of what was in the barrels, we've done school equipment, books, food and that, and we're still, because there is an arm to the charity that is out in Ghana. So because we don't want the food to go off, we're going to send that anyway, but we're still planning to go and do that missionary trip next year, where we actually, you know, go and just get involved and do whatever support. And it may be when we're going, I've just written both your names down, and so I may be just coming back to you a bit later on to say, right, I'm going now, I need your advice and guidance. What else can we be doing to make sure that we
get a vaccination first?
More than welcome.
Get my vaccination.
Yes, please make sure.
6 months before?
No, not that long, because it's not 6 months. Check with your GP surgery what you've got and what you'll need.
The vaccinations. The most important vaccination that you need above anything else is the yellow fever vaccination. As long as you've got your yellow fever vaccination.
And you need to have the proof that you've had it. The certificate.
Yeah, you get a certificate. You get a yellow fever. It's about £50. You get a certificate. Like, stick it in your passport so it can't get lost. So everywhere your passport goes. And that's, I would say, everything else is kind of just ways to make money off of people.
Okay. Did you, Kelly? Did you say £50 for the certificate?
Yeah, so the actual vaccination itself, so at the time that you get your vaccination, you'll also receive your yellow fever certificate. And before, it used to only last for about 10 years, but now they've done it where you basically have it for a lifetime.
Okay.
But if they start trying to talk to you about anything else, if you're not bothered about taking vaccines, I would take your free ones because they're free. Anything else that they try to persuade you about, the only reason why I'm going to say definitely take your yellow fever is because you can't get in the country without it. But everything else, like the rabies injections, that's like £200. There's other stuff there that they're going to tell you that they need, and it's like £60, £50, £40. They'll try and clock up the vaccinations that you're going to need, and I don't understand where they think you're going to get rabies from. There's not just wild monkeys swinging from the trees. Dogs. If the dog sees you, unless you've got food, it's going to run away the other side. Like, it's not that serious.
You must get your malaria tablets.
Yeah.
I have known Africans who've gone home and thought they were Africans, and they'd lived in Europe a long time, and they came back and dropped dead.
No longer.
You must take your malaria tablets. That's
even Ghanaians that are there, they still get malaria.
And Nigerians and Cameroonians across Africa. You must be careful when it comes to that.
Okay, so I've written those down. So I'll be sharing that with the group. But like I said, ladies, I may come back to you as we come nearer to the time, and you know, just advice and guidance. What else? What else can we be doing? You know, to really have that impact, because it'll be the first time that I'll be going, and members of the group, it will be the first time for many of them also. So we're sort of going, wanting to make a difference, but you know, we need to be guided to make sure that we're doing it right and reaching the right people, and you know, just doing things correctly.
Great stuff, Martha. Great stuff.
Thanks for that.
Oh, quickly before I forget, I don't know if you're Birmingham based, but when it's time to get your malaria tablets, there's a little chemist on Six Ways Island called Zenith Pharmacy, and their malaria tablets are cheap. they don't rip you
That's
off.
not very far from where I am, so I may pay a visit.
Yeah, go in there. Just write it down. I'll send you the number. And, then yeah, they're not extortionate prices. They try to charge you, depending on how long you're going for, £50-60. And then when I went there, the same amount of tablets for the exact same thing that Asda was charging me £63 for, I got it for like £20.
Mm-hmm.
That's useful to know. So I know where that chemist is. So yeah, I'll be paying it a visit. Thanks.
You hit the jackpot, Martha.
Yeah, it's good to talk.
Exactly. Mrs. Edmondson, any more?
No, that's it. Eva just said bye. She had to go.
Okay.
But other than that, no more questions.
Well, Keili, it's been a pleasure. You've been very informative, and these are the type of things that we need and we must do. You know, this platform is here for people that are members of Business Action Momentum Enterprise, affectionately known as BAME, to use it to the maximum, especially in these times. And thank you so much, and see you soon. And thank you so much to the audience as well, you know, for your
thank you, everyone.
That's right. Thank you so much. And
thank you.
Please come back again. And Leonie, have a good afternoon too.
Yes, Master. May we do my best.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay,
all right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.